Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Kuhill, and this is History 0600, the United States up until 1877. I want to have this introduction so that you understand how this course will run, especially since it's an asynchronous course. We are not going to have regular meetings, although I will be available on Fridays between 10 and noon on a Zoom call in order to talk things over if you need to talk things over. But what I want to do today is introduce you to the course, explain how it's going to work, and also show you how how to get the various resources you need on Canvas. So I'm going to share my screen now and sort of gradually talk you through the syllabus. Okay. Oops. As you can see, here's the syllabus, which is on Canvas for you. And this explains the very basics of the course. We are going all the way to 1877 because I feel very strongly that understanding Reconstruction is a very important part of this course, right? And a very important part of American history. In fact, I double up Reconstruction. When I teach the second version of this course, 0601, I start with Reconstruction, but we end with it in this course. Now, I want to stress here, this is an asynchronous course, but asynchronous does not mean correspondence course. You have to keep up with the reading schedule, and there will be quizzes that are timed and will only be available for limited periods. I'll explain that in a minute. First and most importantly, reading. All books and materials for this course are open access and free. There's no need to purchase any materials. The main text is by Joseph Locke and Benjamin Wright. It's called The American Yawp, Volume 1. You can read it online or download it as a PDF, and I recommend downloading it as a PDF because, of course, if you can't be online for any reason, it'll be available there for you on your computer. Now, I have here the link for the main text, and I'll talk about the primary source reader in a second. But when you go to this link, you'll come to this page, The American Yawp. And you'll see two volumes, Volume 1 before 1877 and Volume 2 after 1877. We are dealing with Volume 1. And each of the modules in the course follows exactly the chapter structure in Volume 1. So our first module is going to be Indigenous America, second, Colliding Cultures, all the way to the 15th module, which is Reconstruction. Now, when you click on one of these chapters, you'll see, of course, you have usually a photograph or a depiction of some sort of graphic image. And then you have the text, right? The text is of the entire chapter is here, right? In fact, generally speaking, the online version is better because you get nicer pictures, right? But all the stuff you need for your quizzes and for your exams are here, okay? Each chapter is a reasonable length, right? And explains things very, very well, okay? So again, that's americanyawp.com, and you will go from there, right? Now, the second thing is, as you can see here, the primary source reader, right? The link for that is also here under American Yawp. Go to primary source reader. Again, go to whatever chapter we're working on, and it will bring you to a site that has not only an introduction to what we're talking about, but various and important historical resources, documents, and various things that will help you understand what we are talking about. The reason you have these sources in addition to your reading is because I would like you in your midterm exams and your final exams, when it comes to preparing those answers, to use as much of this information as you can to bolster your answers so that your answers just don't regurgitate what's in the book, right? You may find there's a question about the nature of Native American culture before European exploration, and talking about these Native American creation stories, for instance, is a good thing to add in your answer to that question. This is a difference between a C answer and a B answer. This is a difference between a B answer and an A answer if you do it well. Okay, using these different sources. Now, what I'm also assessing is you will have to decide based on the nature of the questions, which one of these to use for each question. It should be fairly obvious, but it is important that you look through these questions, you look through the questions that I'm going to explain in a minute, and you find the documents that best support your essay answers for the midterm. Okay, so again, you don't have to go and buy any books. You don't, everything is online for you. There are also things on Canvas that are extra things, podcast episodes, YouTube documentaries, video lectures from other professors, and they're available in each module, and the links are in that module. So this is probably a good time for me to talk about the modules. If you go to Canvas, and you'll have to go to Canvas to work this course at all, because this course runs entirely on Canvas, you'll notice, for instance, this. Here is what's so far uploaded for this course. Now, we don't have it all yet because I'm still putting it together. But notice here, I'm giving you the syllabus is here in the course introduction and the syllabus, so you can look at it. It also is downloadable as a PDF. There it is, okay? A link to your main text is here, American Yawp Volume 1. Again, that's pretty obvious. And of course, the American Yawp Primary Source Reader. Then we come to the modules. The modules in this course are listed on the course schedule. There are 15 modules. Sorry, there are 12 modules. Okay. Or maybe no, sorry, there are 15 modules. And the modules have within each module, there is a lecture given by me, which takes you to a YouTube video, right, of my lecture. Okay, these are usually between 45 minutes and an hour long.
In the U.S. History to 1877,
okay.
Of course, this lecture is called.
And there's a lecture that, along with slides that not only explain the lecture, but give you other graphics that help. Now, I have to say that I am currently suffering from a throat problem. And so some of the lectures are partly recorded by another historian. They're my lectures, but they're recorded by another historian named Dana Flowers. Okay, so there's the lecture video. So if you look on the schedule, you see the lecture comes up. We're starting Indigenous America. We're technically starting Indigenous America May 18th, but of course I encourage you to start reading right away. You're supposed to read American Yawp Chapter 1, American Yawp Reader Chapter 1, and then lecture to other materials in Canvas if you're interested. Then there's the quiz. There's a quiz after every chapter. The quiz is available on the 18th, but it closes at midnight. And let me show you the quiz on the module. You click on the quiz. It's not up yet because I don't have the answers in, but you click on each module's quiz at the time it's supposed to be taken. You have 48 hours to take it. That will come up. There'll be 15 questions. You'll have 20 minutes to complete the quiz. So that's not enough time to cheat and use your textbook or your notes or anything like that. Okay. Those are due, as you see on the syllabus, every week. This is not a class at all where you can slack off and do all the reading at the last minute before the midterm, or do all the reading at the last minute before the final. You have to keep up, right? That's why it says quiz May 19th, due at midnight. Technically due at 11:59, but you know what I mean. Okay. The next thing to notice is, again, these things at the bottom. Here is a video that I put up from C-SPAN, his C-SPAN History channel, which talks about the Americas before Columbus. Now, this is a very important lecture and a very important book discussion about this period, but it's not absolutely required for your class. I put each module will have one of these. It's just, they're just there if you're interested. Okay. Finally, within each module, there are midterm exam study questions, or after the midterm, final exam study questions. Okay. The midterm covers the material in this part of the course, Indigenous America all the way up to the Market Revolution. And the final covers this part of the course. Oops, there's a mistake on the there's a mistake on the syllabus already. Okay, I'll have to fix that. So I'm glad I'm doing this video. Okay, so the final is not comprehensive. The final only covers the stuff that happens after the midterm. Now, what kind of questions are going to be on the final? That's what I want you to look at when you look at Indigenous America midterm study questions. I'd like you, as you read your chapters, not only to prepare for the quiz, but also to sort of make bullet points for each of these questions for each module. Now, the questions that are on the midterm won't be these specific questions, but they will be a combination of these questions, or a thematic question that might cover most of the chapter. But this is where you should spend a lot of your time, because the midterm and the final are each worth 35% of your grade. Okay. The midterm and the final are essay exams, and they will have their own modules. They will also be available under the assignments tab in Canvas. Okay. So just to keep stressing, everything is on Canvas. Okay. Having said that, as I say on the syllabus at the top, I will be available on Zoom, and I'll put a live Zoom discussion link on Fridays between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. for you to come on and ask me questions. We can talk more about the material in depth and in detail. You can ask strategies about how to best answer certain types of questions for the midterm and the final, and on and on and on and on and on. So they are kind of office hours, right? Now, this is an asynchronous class, and everybody knows asynchronous classes are designed, everyone knows that asynchronous classes are designed so that to work around your work schedule, to work around your study schedule, what other classes you're taking or whatever. So if you are not able to talk with me on Fridays between 10 and 12, and again, not required, recommended, but not required, then I encourage you to email me right away and we'll set up something. Okay. Even if we have to talk on the phone, it's more important to get in touch with me early and often in order to work through this material as well as you can. Okay. So let me go back to Canvas here. Oh, so one final thing about the syllabus. The quizzes in total are worth 30% of your grade. Each quiz is worth 2%. If you bomb the first one, then you'll know you need to pull your socks up for the second and the subsequent quizzes. The midterm and the final are each worth 35%. And then there's the grading scale and all that normal stuff right here. Okay. So let me go back to Canvas again and wrap this up. Again, please, I will also email you in Canvas about stuff. In fact, you will have gotten this video via an email. This video and the explanation of the course introduction, syllabus, and textbook links via an email in Canvas. Once I stop recording the video, and you, I'll email you the link and everything. Okay. So each week, each one of these weeks, each one of these modules is going to have its own module. Indigenous America is the first one. Second one will be colliding cultures, and on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Everything is packaged for you because this is an asynchronous class. That does not mean that the answers are packaged for you. It does not mean that the reading is packaged for you. It does not mean that the comprehension is packaged for you. That is your responsibility. Okay? This course is all about doing the reading and communicating your understanding of the reading via either the quizzes, well, both the quizzes and the essay questions on the midterm and on the final. I can't stress this enough. Reading, 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 reading. Listening to these extra videos or extra podcast episodes or extra material I might give you are going to be helpful, and I'm going to help you understand the period and the topics we discussed more generally, but they are not absolutely required for your grade. I strongly recommend them, but this is a very compressed class, so they are optional. I hope that explains everything. Please, please, please email me right away. I have, during a normal semester, I do not check my email every 5 minutes. And sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back to students via email, but this summer session is very different. It's all very compressed. So if you email me, I have it all open on my phone. I have it open on my laptop. I have it open on my desktop all the time. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Now, having said that, if anything goes wrong, if you have a health crisis or a relative die or something happens, or you're in a car accident, anything like that, please call me or text me right away. Okay. My phone number is 412-867-8697. I don't put the phone number on the syllabus or anything like that. And I don't put it on Canvas because, you know, those internet search engines start harvesting them and I'll get a million spam phone calls. But you're more important to me. It's more important that you call me and tell me what's going on that might affect your coursework immediately. Okay. Obviously, if you wreck your car and you're still in a ditch, don't text me, call 911. Text me later after you're in the hospital and or look like you're going to recover. Or if someone dies, take care of the most important thing in your life first, but make sure to keep me informed ASAP. Students overwhelmingly worry about this, and they will often not communicate with their professor for weeks and weeks and weeks in a normal semester. And then all of a sudden tell me at the end of the semester, well, I've had, you know, terrible family tragedies this semester, and you know, this is why I've fallen behind in class. Very important to tell me that right away. And there are lots of things we can do to help. The campus can help a lot, and I can help you through it. Okay, so again, my phone number, you can text me or call me, 412-867-8697. If you text me, make sure to tell me who you are, so I don't think it's some spam. This is John Smith from History 0600. I'm having trouble with Indigenous America module. The quiz won't load or whatever it is. Let me know. The sooner you let me know, the better I realize that you're on top of things. Okay. All right. So any other problems like that, any sort of minor problems, email me. Major problems, call me right away. Okay. I hope you'll like this course. We're trying to bring in as many different types of resources about history as we can to make it as interesting as possible to you. But please trust me when I say all of my courses are reading and analysis. You do that well, and you'll do well on the course. Talk to you soon.